Most engineers think you need expensive hardware sensors to prevent a system collapse, but they're wrong. In high-speed zero-inertia systems like drones or solar grids, physical sensors are often too slow to react. At Bangsaen AI, we've developed the Koopman-Kalman Safeguard, a way to replace physical hardware with virtual sensors that live inside the map. By turning complex nonlinear physics into simple linear matrix multiplication, we're running high-performance safety protocols on a standard ESP32. Here is how we turned a $5 chip into the ultimate industrial safeguard.
All right, let's just jump right in. We've got a fascinating puzzle today. How can a tiny $5 chip pull off the kind of math you'd think needs a supercomputer? And maybe more to the point, why has this suddenly become one of the most critical challenges in all of modern engineering? It's a really important question. Well, it all starts with this kind of hidden crisis. You see, the very technology we're counting on for our future, we're talking solar farms, electric cars, autonomous drones, it's all built on this fundamental weakness, a paradox that actually makes it incredibly fragile. And this graph, it just shows you the problem perfectly. That blue line, that's an old school system with real physical mass. Think of a gigantic, heavy turbine spinning in a power plant. When there's a sudden surge in power demand, its own momentum keeps everything stable. It dips, sure, but it recovers gracefully. Now, look at that red line. That's a modern solar inverter. The exact same thing happens and boom, it's an immediate catastrophic collapse. There's literally no time to react. This is the heart of the problem, and it has a name, zero inertia. For 100 years, we relied on heavy, spinning steel as a kind of physical safety net. All that mass acted like a buffer. But today, we've swapped out that steel for silicon. Solar inverters, drone motors, they have basically no mass, zero physical momentum. They react instantly. And that incredible speed is both their greatest strength and their most dangerous flaw.
So because everything happens so fast, the control methods we've trusted for decades are now becoming, well, actively dangerous. The reliable old systems of the past, they just can't keep up anymore.
So here's the fundamental mismatch. Your standard PID controller, and this thing is in everything from your home thermostat to huge industrial factories, is reactive. It has to see an error first, then it does something. But in one of these zero inertia systems, by the time an error is even big enough to measure, the entire system is already in a total nosedive. It's kind of like trying to steer a car by only looking in the rearview mirror.
In fact, the controller's reaction can actually make things worse. This leads to a really terrifying scenario they call the kill shot. Just imagine a solar grid for a second. A cloud rolls in and covers the sun. The voltage starts to drop. The PID controller sees this and, it's trying to be helpful, so it cranks the power output to 100%. But that's like trying to suck water from a dry well. The desperate attempt to draw power just accelerates the voltage collapse and kills the system completely.
So if the old controllers don't work and even the really fancy predictive models are way too slow for cheap hardware, what's the solution? Well, it turns out the answer comes from this beautiful piece of mathematics, a kind of magic trick that's been hiding in plain sight since 1931. This was the genius of a guy named Bernard Koopman. He had this completely counterintuitive idea. He said, hey, don't try to model the super complex, chaotic, non-linear behavior of the system itself. That's too hard. Instead, just change your perspective. Look at how the measurements from the system evolve over time. And from that new vantage point, all the chaos just untangles, and the problem becomes shockingly simple and linear. So here's how it works in 3 steps. First, you just measure the real world, voltage, current, whatever your sensors give you. Second, and this is the magic part, you lift that data. You use some clever math functions to project it into a higher dimensional space. Now, that sounds complicated, but the goal is really simple. You're just trying to find a dimension where all the messy relationships suddenly become a straight line. And third, once you're in that new, clean, linear space, you can predict the future with incredibly simple and lightning-fast matrix multiplication. Okay, so that's the theory. Pretty cool, right? But how do you actually put this almost century-old math onto a modern piece of silicon? Well, you build something called a Koopman-Kalman Safeguard, or KKS. Think of it like a virtual guardian angel for your device, living right there on the chip. So let's walk through this architecture. First, real-world data comes in from the sensors. Then, that lifting function transforms it into that higher dimensional linear space we just talked about. Next up, the Koopman model predicts where the system is going to be in the next few microseconds. That prediction then gets passed through a Kalman filter, which basically just smooths out any noise to give you a really clean signal.
And finally, the safeguard block looks at that prediction and asks the most important question of all. Is this future state safe? Now, this whole setup leads to a really powerful idea called the virtual sensor. The system is constantly predicting what the real sensors should be reading in the next instant. So, if the actual physical sensor's reading suddenly doesn't match that prediction, the system knows something's wrong. Either the sensor has failed or maybe it's even being attacked. At that exact moment, it can decide to just ignore the bad physical data and trust its own mathematical prediction to keep the system flying straight. This gives you a backup sensor made of pure math, a concept called analytical redundancy.
Okay, this all sounds incredibly powerful, I know, but it brings us right back to our original question. Can this level of advanced math really run on a cheap, low-power chip that you can buy for like $5? Because we have to remember, in a zero inertia system, fast enough means we're talking about microseconds. We are literally racing against the speed of physics. So, can this little chip actually win that race?
The answer is a resounding yes. A single prediction step, the entire process, lifting the data, multiplying the matrix, the whole shebang, takes just 102 microseconds on a standard ESP32 S3 chip. That is just astonishingly fast. And it's only possible because these modern microcontrollers have specialized hardware instructions that are literally designed for the exact kind of vector math this whole system relies on. And this puts the Koopman-Kalman Safeguard in this beautiful sweet spot. See, on one hand, you have the old PID controller. It's very fast, but it's not very smart. On the other end, you have these super complex controllers like NMPC. They're brilliant, but they're way too slow for a cheap chip. The KKS gives you the best of both worlds. You get the predictive intelligence of the complex models, but with the blistering speed of simple linear algebra. So let's zoom out for a second. What does all this really mean? Why does this matter, beyond just being a better way to control a drone or a solar grid?
What we're looking at here isn't just an incremental improvement. It's a fundamental shift in how we build things. We're moving away from controllers that just blindly react to errors and towards systems that have a deep mathematical understanding of their own physics baked right into the chip. It's a new kind of AI, what some people are calling physics-informed AI. These devices don't just follow commands, they understand the physical limits and consequences of those commands. So, I'll leave you with this question. What does the world look like when every single electric car, every delivery drone, and every power inverter has its own virtual guardian angel inside? An angel that's capable of predicting its own failure before it even happens. That is the revolution that's being unlocked by a $5 chip.
The era of relying on fragile hardware is over. With the Koopman-Kalman Safeguard, we've proven that efficient, physics-informed algorithms can outperform traditional PID methods on the most basic microcontrollers. If you want to see the benchmark data, the matrix math, and the live results of these virtual sensors in action, head over to Bangsaen.ai.com. Don't just take our word for it. See the math that's changing industrial control forever. Like, subscribe, and let us know. Is your next build going hardware-free? This is the next big thing, the unified control theory. Don't trust me. Prove it by yourself at Bangsaen AI.com.